Hi, Self-Awareness, Whose Truth? I am your host, and today we have a very interesting show today. But first, I just want to make everybody aware that my book is now available. The title is The Book Without a Name. You read it, you name it. And today I have a very special guest, and her name is Eve, and she will introduce herself and all the wonderful things that she do. Thank you.
Thank
Eve.
you. Thank you so much, Rose, for inviting me. Yes, my name is Eve Kerwin. I live in Stamford, Connecticut, and I'm a shamanic healer and a channeler. And I'm basically a medium, but many people, when they ask me, what do you really do? And I like to reply that I'm a medicine woman, a doctor of the soul. And the work that I bring through is connected to the higher realms, many of the spirits, the spirit world, archangels, ascended masters, personal guides, your own higher self. Connect with and through me. I am the conduit of energy, that I'm the vehicle that they're working through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful that this work does come through me in this way, and it's a beautiful life. I've had beautiful, unbelievable experiences bringing through this work. It has taken me all over the world. I'm really truly a world traveler. I've had a geographic education doing this work and working with so many beautiful people,
Well, I think I met you maybe 2 or 3 years ago at Spiritual Expo.
Yes.
In Manhattan.
Yes.
And ever since I met you, I kept telling my friend I must have her on my show.
Well, thank you.
Because I never had a guest on the level that you are to speak to the audience about channeling, being a media. Because I think a lot of people have misconception about what that details.
Yes.
So maybe you can kind of elaborate exactly what you do as a medium.
Well, mediumship works with different mediums through various ways. The connection that moves through me is very unique. I literally give permission for the spirits, the higher spirits, to utilize my physical body. And me, Eve, I step out of my body. So I literally step behind myself, and I take myself into a trance-like state. And the connection is made through the breath. My breathing becomes extremely rapid throughout the whole process. My breathing just becomes so rapid you won't believe what happens. And it's the rapid breath that is keeping the connection with and through the higher worlds. So the rapid breath literally enters my physical body. I'm literally breathing on spirit's breath, not my own breath through my body.
Wow.
And the energy moves down, comes through the back of the neck, through the crown chakra, the top of the head, and the back of the neck. And I become very animated through the rapid breath. And then I begin to speak. When I do a full session with someone on a one-to-one basis, there's various different things that I can work with in the course of this work. But if I was to work with an individual, a client who would come to have a session with me, one-on-one, the rapid breath begins, and then I begin to speak in tongues. And the way I explain it, it's a universal telepathic core language that moves through. And what that really means is that what's moving through and what's coming out in my speaking is that plain and simple, if I was to connect with any dimension, any different dimension, I would be able to have a conversation with all these different worlds that all in one. So it's a universal language of truth that's moving through. But White Buffalo Woman, who is my main and primary guide, is orchestrating the whole session. So I literally become this Native American icon, and she moves through me, and then I begin to deliver a message that is in this, I'll say, foreign language, so to speak. And so the client is not really understanding what I'm saying, but I say to the client when I'm explaining the session, we'll go back to that afterwards, because then the message is translated in English eventually throughout the process. But then I work with the meridian points in the electromagnetic field of energy with the human body. But I'm actually working with 4 different bodies: your spiritual body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your physical body, all rolled into one. And so it's a hands-on healing, and the healing moves very deep, and it actually looks like I'm working with nuts, bolts, and screws. So it's like I'm reconnecting and rewiring the electromagnetic field. So the person is literally releasing on a cellular level. And as we know, everything is energy, and when we have cellular blockages, it's the blockages that need to be released. Because if the blockages remain in these bodies, that's how we do accept the physical challenge of bringing through disease. Correct, yes. So it's very fascinating. And then the message is brought through in English through another spirit, and the client is actually enlightened and given the information what their mission is here on life, their soul mission. And so they begin to understand why they are here and what they need to accomplish. And I read from the Book of Life, the Akashic Records, and I can access past lives. So when you are aware of your past lives, it gives you yourself the true understanding of why you are who you are and why you do what you do. So it's very in-depth and extremely helpful for your next phase of your own evolution, of knowing who you are, your own God force within.
When you spoke of the
Akashic Records, yes.
One night I was very relaxed, and I went into a meditative state, and only thing I saw was this pretty blue. It wasn't a royal blue like we have here in the physical. I can't even describe it, but it was such a beautiful blue. And my third eye opened. And
the world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war, and poverty. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. A new